Well, I don't know if any of us noticed, but Sami Akidikwe is not here. And his chair was empty. And then in came in Yunus Oluwakemi. He will introduce himself like the rest of us did. So over to you.
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm really pleased to be here. Thank you very much, Daddy. Well, I think I came across SuccessDigest just like anybody. Mine was by an accident. I was an NC holder, then a graduate. I was a teacher all of my life. I'd been teaching, and as a teacher, you wanted to make a headway somehow. And I felt, I read English. I realized that students are always failing English. So I was disturbed. Why should anybody fail English? So I felt I should be teaching students with I put all the passion, everything into it, so that people will start, passing English. Eventually, I felt I should start my own school. But I didn't know anything about it. I started a school. Now, something happened. I was particular about computer. I think I was crazy about computer stuff right from the one time I was in university. And I felt I should teach my students how to use computers. Now, one of the engineers that was supposed to come and fix the computer came to fix the computer in my office and forgot a copy of something that I've never heard of it before in my life. I started a school just out of passion. I didn't know how to run a business. So it was when I saw this book, this edition of SuccessDigest I was reading, I said, my God, is that something like this? That was how I started looking for everywhere I can get copies of the magazine. And that's how I started. Then, I think my first program was the 2004 boot camp. That I came and I started getting exposed to things. But already I've already started my school. And I felt, okay, the only thing I can do is to ensure that I teach my students how to, get used to the use of computers, internet, and everything. Honestly, that was exactly what differentiates me from other schools. I was teaching the students how to use computer, how to use the internet, and everything that has to do with technology and internet. I think all the passion I got from reading SuccessDigest and everything, a lot of people noticed. Among my people, I became a member of the National Association of Proprietors of Private School. And under a year of becoming a member, I was one of the executives. To the glory of God, under 3 years of becoming NAPS member, I became the youngest ever chairman of the local chapter, local government. From there, I think I started getting exposed to a lot of things. Right now, I've been made the chairman of the Unified Examination Committee for the entire Ogun State Unified NAPS. I'm the one that conducts their exams, everything that has to do the exam for all private schools in Ogun State. I'm in charge. The youngest person ever to ever do this thing, and I've been there under, say, 5-6 years. So, I think all the things that I've learned from him has made this possible. And see, as it has been said, this man will never overlook anybody. Everybody is so important. He does not look at you as as tiny as I am, as young as I am. He will look at you and hold you. Come, sorry, come, and all those. So it's a really big pleasure to be with all of you, sir. Thank you. I think I've met quite a lot of people. For Oloye, I've been interacting with him on the internet most of the time. Although he's a very busy person, he may not know, but I'm so glad to meet new set of people here. It's a big pleasure to be here. I pray God will continue to lift all of you up. Thank you for all the wonderful things you are doing to Nigerian society. A lot of people that have the opportunity of doing this desire to go outside the country to offer all this service to countries, to other countries. But you have decided to stay here. So you have positive impact on the Nigerian society and the Nigerian youth. I pray God will continue to be with you. And to our daddy and to our mommy, say, I'm so happy. Last time when you hosted us and you told us about that ailment, I was really very worried. But thank God, here you are. You're still looking very fresh, looking wonderful. God will continue to spare you for us. Mommy and you too. And every one of us will become old and successful. Thank you very much.
So, what else should I say? All the people watching this program at home or wherever they are watching it, and those who will watch it later at YouTube, I am sure that what every one of you have said will give birth to another generation of successful people who will also hold this same light, this same candle, and touch it to another generation. I always think of the ripple effect of a stone when you drop it into a river. You just keep going. And that is what we are seeing here. Who knows? And I think I even know, and I think most of you know, that if we continue to do what we are doing, instead of complaining about what is bad in this nation will change for positive things. That's my belief. It has always been my belief, and I believe that it is so. I always tell myself, when God created the world, what the Bible tells me is that He looked at everything He created, and the verdict was, it was very good. And I was asking myself, if everything was good, and that includes Nigeria, because Nigeria was good. Today is looking like it is not so good, even though I know it's getting better despite all the things we read. Because news, there are two parts. There is the surface, there is the deeper news from the general news. If you look back and your today is definitely better than yesterday, I can assure you that your tomorrow will be better than today. Therefore, I'm also looking at Nigeria. It's as if the case is hopeless. But one thing I know is this. Each time you use the word coming out of your mouth wrongly, you always have what you say. I read in Think and Grow Rich what happened during the Roosevelt presidency. Napoleon Hill was talking about that Depression era, and where everybody was filled with fear, and they were all saying the kind of things we have been saying about our nation. And then he, with some friends, got across to the president of the U.S. and said, look, they have to come up with an agenda where people will be discouraged from saying negative things about the country and be positive. And he says that the president took the counsel well and implemented it. And today, if you've been in the US or you have seen an American, it doesn't believe that anywhere else on this earth is better than his country. And guess what? All of us around the world just believe America is number one because they keep saying we are number one. check it. And that is the kind of thing that I believe we should also do deliberately, intentionally. Next year's SADC will be 25 years. Now, I look back at the time we started. Nothing has changed in terms of what we say about Nigeria. But today, I have with me and with thousands out there who are actually living in Goshen. That's what I will call it. Just because they found something they believe in, went for it, and lives are transformed. For every one of us here, we do the same thing, encouraging people at our levels. But the negative talk is too corrosive. We need to find a way to get our people not to talk about, oh, this Nigeria has spoiled. If you say it with your mouth, it is done. God says, let there be light. There was light. So if you say, let there be darkness, definitely there will be darkness. Because he says he has made us in his own image. So I think on that note, I want to thank each and every one of you for this reunion, because for the vice president and me, it is a reunion. Of course, I do see some of you from time to time because of the closeness. Like my lawyer, of course, I have to see my lawyer anyway.
I just say something before. What has been current on this table is about the power of words and what they have done with people. But I need to also say that, and for personal information, everybody, I came to him when I first bought my car, and my car was bought as a way of spiting my sister. My sister had many cars, but for some reason we don't want people to have any of our cars. So the first morning, actually was not money, foolishness as it were. I had a land bought at Okota or somewhere in close to Synagogue Church, down. It was Kotu, and just to show that I could buy a car, I decided to sell the land to buy the car. And I ran to him to celebrate my foolishness that I bought a car. And I said something. I said, now I have a car, even if I crash it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he shook his head. I said, that's not right. Believe you me, that car nearly killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, not even years, about a year later, I had a crash and all the scratches in my face was a result of that. And I remember that his reaction that day when I said that was just a way of just blowing my mouth. I looked, and I have a car. And I said that. And that's why anytime he says, watch your word, I agree totally. Your words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what you said. 70 years from now, you want it, either you want it or you don't want it. Just like you say now. Thank you. I really never want to repeat it at me, but I never forget it, sir. You have always been very good, very magnanimous. Not to mention that, but I always remember it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as we leave, please let us intentionally watch the words we say. Whatever you don't want to see in your life, don't say it with your mouth. I was very, very sick. Of course, that is just saying what is obvious. But in my heart, I will live. With my mouth, I will live. With my wife, you will live. In fact, she has a one that says your skin is going to return like a child. And when I look at my body today, I say, okay, almost unbelievable, but it is happening. So please, let's take our word as important. And I don't know if this is what Otumba will take from us to his colleagues. Yeah, I just said something that we Nigerians need to do. We need to educate our people to change what we say about Nigeria. Nothing is going to change it than changing our word. It's just so powerful. It's just so powerful. You see it in individuals, and you see this is the result. And then we just go out there carelessly and we joke about it. It's terrible. But God will deliver us. There's one other thing we should be talking about today, but we will not talk about it because I didn't think we planned guest room. We're going to talk about new things, or the next big things. I mean, if you are in this business that we are in, you always know that there are big things. But we can't talk about it now. Every quarter, we will be hosting our Proteges and your Proteges. Every quarter. Of course, it will all depends on what time is available for any of you here and those who couldn't make it. I mean, not that they couldn't make it, they were not invited. So the next quarter, we'll talk about what is the next big thing. Because it is looking out for the next big thing that made me see the internet. And as we speak, there are the next big things in the offing. I was reading the other day, right here in the country, we still put people in jail because they are growing marijuana. But that is already becoming a big business. Really big. Yeah. But nobody should say they hear it from me and start. But the truth is, it's the next big thing. So next time we will talk about it. I want to thank every one of you again for what you did that qualified you to be with us today. And what it is, many of you have used it many times, is integrity. Integrity. Without integrity, that is, every labor will be lost in the end. Every labor. Integrity is so important. It is what keeps every good thing going. There are some people, even if I extend invitation to them to be here, they won't come because, like I used to joke, they will say, okay, now that they know they are coming to me, somebody may be just
On the road.
and then I will say that, we've been here for almost 25 years. We've not had a policeman come and visit us for anything. That's very important as well. So please go on doing what you are already doing and find a better way of doing it. God is already blessing you. He will not change. He is faithful, constantly faithful. Anything that goes wrong in what we are doing, it is our unfaithfulness that we will check, not his own. He is always, always faithful. So please stay faithful to your God. He will neither leave you nor forsake you. And in blessings, He will continue to bless you. In Jesus' name. I will hand over the mic to Mommy to just send us on our way with prayers.
Before we do that, sir, I'm the only female here, apart from Mommy. I want to thank you for the impact you've had in my life. When you're the only woman in the room, is not something to be very proud of. I say that because it just means that you're odd. It means that you're odd. It means that you're not expected to be here, and it's just not right. I tell people that if you're the only woman in the room, you send the lift back down, you leave the door open, you do everything you can to choke the room with your own kind. And because you have a position. I know Mommy here is representing us in many ways, but when I saw the advert and when I saw the invite and I was the only one on that list without her, I was like, wow, what happened? What went wrong? But when I look at my life and I look at all those that have tried to put roadblocks in front of me, I understood why that has happened. So I do not know about your life. I know he and a number of men on this table have, been the ones that pushed me directly and indirectly. But I think it's something we really need to look at right now about the women or the female gender, and how we can just, how we should push them. We have to push them. We talked about how Daddy and Mommy are, a couple, and everything he does, he shares with her. A number of women, a number of wives are down because their husbands did not do that to them. They want to do this. They want to be successful. They want to. They have dreams. They have goals, but their husbands are not doing that. They are in the shadows. They dare not say they have a dream. They dare not say they have a business to pursue. I was fortunate. I have other mentors, and I have my husband that supports me. But I see a number of people that look at me and think I'm quite odd. So at this point, I just want, if SuccessDigest or whatever platform, whatever it is we're doing right now, we really need to do a lot for the women, for the girl child, for the females, to actually let them know that a table of all men is not okay. Because that is half of the world. This half of Nigeria, we're almost 48%. And we actually need that, the ideas they have, because we see things differently. We are successful, yes, but there's a way I'm going to look at something that you won't look at it. This is not about merit. This is far from merit. This is about how we address problems. Diversity, it makes sense. Inclusion makes sense. It's not merit. It is perspective. And the female perspective is a perspective. So I thank you for being on this table, and I know the next time this is going to hold, I will not be the only one on this table. I have a mentorship coming up, a training I spoke about, and I'm going to send all of you links. And if you have anybody, because I'm mentoring them for a year in the business I'm in, everybody tried to stop me from it. Now everybody has a website or something, but I want to mentor them. So I'm going to send you links. You can send any of your Proteges or mentees to come and sign up. If you cannot afford it, pay for them. It's 25,000 naira. And it's in September 13 and 14. And we're going to be doing it every quarter for 50 women every quarter. They don't have to shop. They don't have to buy. They don't have to have an online shop. But I want to tell them that I can hold your hand, I can guide you, and I can take you step by step and mentor you for a year until you can stand on your own. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone used to have something about an income of your own, income of our own. For I think now that you are back for us, nothing can come up again.
God will help us. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate everyone in this room. You have honored God, not us. And when you honor God, He is going to honor you in a way that you yourself, you cannot quantify. You may not even think of. All of you have surprised us. When Daddy was down, I noticed that at certain points, nobody was even asking after him. And suddenly, I pray about it, and suddenly, Pastor BC bought us, you bought that supplements. You bought it, you brought it. Without us calling on you, you brought it. And we were so appreciative. I said, God is sending people to know that something is wrong. But before long, we travel out. You know, you bought first, second, third supplements, then we travel out. And one afternoon like that, we were at East Side Hospital, and Otumba called, asking, where is he? That he wanted to come, that he is in Atlanta. As like Atlanta. I didn't even know what to tell him. Because the man in the hospital, I am just saying, God, I'm not going back to Nigeria without him. So I was in that with God. So I can't even ask him to come and see him. I just say, I don't even know where I am. I told him, I said, I don't know where I am. I don't even know how to describe how to get him to where we were. And then email, by the time he was getting better, email started coming from Uche. If Uche, that one we call virtually every three days or so to check in. And Zimura also. Then this my son then. Then I remember Toye also. So the email started coming, checking after, and that's our barrister. Everyone sending message of hope, and God used that to encourage us to keep saying something good is coming to happen. This is not the end. And Ayarowolu, I think, even on the sickbed, you wrote something, you call, writing something that was published in this day. That God was using you to tell us that he is not going to die. He is coming back. And God actually worked with everyone here. I appreciate you. You stood with us like responsible children. Out of sight is never out of mind. That's what you have demonstrated. And you will never be left alone. God will surround you with good, righteous people. The word of God in the book of Isaiah 55, verse 4, it says, God has made you leader and commander of his people. His own people. God so trusted you and put you in charge of them from wherever, all over the world. And he has glorified you. That you will call one person and 10 people will attend to you. From now on, for you, your children, it's a lineage thing. What we are doing here is a lineage thing. It's not just for now. It's a lineage thing. And God will never forget his word. And his spirit will not die. So that spirit is going with you to honor you more and more, so that you carry on the light for others. There are so many people who are still coming that will see through your light, through your own light, and you are blessed more and more. We appreciate you. God bless you. We are going to meet in peace and not in pieces. Thank you so much.
I thought it was the prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take pictures.
Thanks.
Sale.